Hey, so, guess what? I got you a little something from my trip to Paris. You smell lovely. Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel for another Synastry Venus in the House overlay video. So in this video I'm going to talk to you about Venus in partner's second house. So I have made an introduction to Synastry video. You can click on the links up there in the description box below to get a bit of an idea about how Synastry works, because when I approach Synastry, as I mentioned to you in the introduction video, I look at the planets like they're actors in a play or a movie, and I look at the houses like it's a stage or a scene in a play or a movie. So when we are talking about the second house is going to be that scene or stage that is either the spa, places where you can have sensual experiences, or it's going to be like a bank because it is the financial house after all. And Venus is going to be that actor in the play or in your chart that is going to show how someone responds to another person's values, beauty, seduction, their commitment style, their romantic styles. So a good Venus placement is going to be very pleasing. It's going to cause a bit of excitement, and it's going to cause love to bloom. The Venus is a giving planet after all, and she wants to give love in whichever way she falls, in whichever house she falls in another person's chart. And if Venus is kind of badly aspected, it's going to be the opposite of all of that. When the planet of love and seduction is coming into another person's house of sensuality and values and finance, second house is ruled by Taurus. Sun Venus rules Taurus already, so Venus is kind of pretty much at home here in another person's second house, meaning that it is going to be easy for the Venus person to express their Venus and to accept their partners, the house person's perspective of Venusian things. So the first thing this can indicate is that the two people are of course going to be very beneficial to each other in terms of finance. Okay, so this is a very good indicator of business partnerships. Of course, it's also pretty good in romantic relationships as well. But if we're talking about business partnerships here, they can make a lot of money together, okay? And especially for the house person, because the Venus person is going to feel like they want to assist the house person financially a lot, because their views of financial matters are going to be the same. Okay, they're going to value the same kinds of material things, so they're going to want to assist each other in those things, especially the Venus wants to assist the house person. Okay, and besides from the business aspect of it, if this is a romantic relationship, then the Venus person is going to kind of want to spend some money on the house person in luxury things, okay? Like, you know, they're going to want to spend it on sensual things and luxurious things like holidays and food and drinks and leisure and things that bring comfort, the spa. Because when they do, okay, the way the house person responds to the way the Venus person is spending money on the house person is really nice for the Venus person. They like the way that the house person is enjoying the way that they spend money on the essential things for the house person. The Venus person is also going to appreciate a lot the house person's sense of style, the clothings that they choose, their mannerisms, their creative outlet, and their aesthetic sense, okay? Because that's what the second house rules. Now I feel like if the house person themselves don't have a Venus in, let's say, Libra or Taurus or like an earthy sign, if their Venus is more like air or water or fire, the house person can at times view the Venus person as being a little too materialistic or just not deep enough for the house person. And if the house person, okay, has their Venus in hard aspects to any of the outer planets, or their own Venus is kind of being challenged, then the house person is going to be someone who is going to be a little possessive over the Venus person, and they're going to kind of view the Venus person as being their object or their thing, something that they have and they own. So they're going to be kind of like owning them and being possessive over them a little bit. They'll feel like the Venus person is mine and I need to have them, and they can kind of do it in a cold and unemotional way. Because you have to think that, okay, yes, Venus is a loving planet, but Venus is not like the moon where she's so caring and sensitive. She can be cold, okay? She's not watery. Her placement is not a watery placement. It is an earthy and an airy placement. So if the house person's Venus is being challenged, they can treat the Venus person as an object in a kind of cold-like manner, okay? And also, if the Venus person's Venus in the synastry chart or in their own natal chart is having some hard aspects, they have to be careful because the Venus person can overspend or overindulge, or it just kind of have to be careful of their finances a little bit if their Venus falls into the house person's second house and their own Venus is challenged or challenged in that synastry chart. Okay, so when I say Venus is challenged, I feel like I'm being vague here. I'm talking about things like, okay, Venus is, let's say, opposite Jupiter, square Jupiter, okay, because Jupiter is all about spending, right? Or maybe it's making a hard opposite or square to Saturn, Pluto, or something like that. That is going to cause these things to happen, possibly. The Venus person also really appreciates the house person's creative efforts, so they want to assist the creative person in developing their skills, their talents, especially if it's an artistic, musical kind of skill or talent. They'll want to do that for the house person. Now, the other thing about the second house is that it is the house of abundance, whether that's material abundance or spiritual abundance. So, at the most basic level, the Venus person is going to make the house person feel full, feel like they have some abundance coming into their life, feel a bit rich in abundance. At the higher level, the Venus person, and maybe the house person as well, they can kind of use material things or nature, okay, to kind of, or like experiences in nature and the outdoors, to enrich each other's spiritual abundance. That is at the higher level of this. I mean, these two things can kind of be linked in a way if you work at it in the right way. But if not, then it's just going to be an abundance in terms of material things only. Because, you know, when you're engaging in material things, sometimes, you know, you can kind of look beyond that and you can kind of feel like, okay, certain material objects help to bring me spiritual abundance, right? Like if you're able to, let's say, take a bath, take a tub, let's say, take a bath in a tub, take a bath in a really nice tub, for example. I mean, that can kind of calm you down, am I right? Like these kind of sensual experiences can calm you down. If you give someone a massage, right, they're gonna calm down and they're gonna kind of be able to be in that peaceful state, which does enhance their mental and spiritual peace as well. So do you see how like the material things can kind of enhance the spiritual aspect, spiritual abundance of someone as well? So at the highest level, we can see this happening with Venus, and maybe also like with other planets coming into another person's second house, like Sun or even Mars or even Mercury, Jupiter, okay? Any of the planets that's coming into another person's second house has the potential to be able to give this kind of abundance to the house person and to each other, from the planet and the house person. And there can also be a feeling of stability within like a committed within the commitment, all right? As I mentioned in my introduction video, this is a commitment house, so there can be a sense of stability there. And the house person is going to really appreciate the Venus person's sense of values because it aligns with theirs, and the both of them can kind of feel full together and kind of feel a sense of well-being and a sense that they have enhanced their own ability for self-care. Alright guys, so this is a very nice place for Venus to be in. It's a very interesting place, it's a very sensual place, it's a relaxing place for Venus to be in. If you have this placement with someone, please leave in the comments below and let us know what your experiences have been. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the red subscribe button below to come along with us to see more astrology videos. If you've already subscribed, then thank you very much for coming along with me and everyone else on this astrology journey, growing, learning together, and having better relationships with the people around us. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye!